Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This video tutorial is for students who are in Geometry Goal 5. We have recently cleared the halfway mark, and then the next family we're going to be dealing with is dealing with circles and all of the formulas therein. Pretty straightforward. You're kind of using the same 2 to 3 formulas in a lot of these topics, so let's get started and dive right into it. So first things first, circumference of a circle. So circumference is C. This is the one that gives you 2 formulas because it depends on what they give you. It's either 2 times the it's either diameter times pi, or it's going to be 2 times the radius times pi. And for those of you who don't remember, just in case, there is your radius, that is your diameter. So when I'm looking at this, which one did it give us? Does it go only from the center? No, it goes straight across. Then this is the diameter, so this is the one we're going to use. 30 times pi, which is going to be 30 times 3.14. And I'm good, but I am not that good. So 30 times 3.14 is 94.2. 94.2 feet. This is circumference, which is the fancy circle word for perimeter, so we don't have units square. Next up, radius. What is the circumference? So now we're going to be using this one because it's the radius, and they even told us right out it's a radius, and they tell us right out it's diameter. So that's 2 times the 11 times pi, so 22 times 3.14. So 22 times 3.14 is 69.08, 69.08 millimeters. All right, so far so good. Finding the radius given or diameter given its circumference. So now we're doing this in reverse. So we're told the circumference. So circumference is, what is the diameter? So circumference is diameter times pi. So 304.58 equals the diameter times 3.14. So now instead of multiplication, this is division. So 304.58 divided by 3.14 is 97. The diameter is 97 yards. Do not round your answer. Well, theoretically, we won't need to. So now what is the diameter? So 266.9 equals diameter times pi. So now we just got to divide by pi and divide by pi. So 266.9, 266.9 divided by 3.14 is 85. 85 yards is our answer. Has anyone else been noticing yards is what they always seem to give me for the last couple of videos? Anyway, perimeter still, we're getting used to it right now. Perimeter still involving rectangles and circles. So we've seen versions of this before. So a rectangular paperboard measuring 31 inches long and 21 inches wide has a semicircle cut out as shown below. What is the perimeter? So 31, 21, 21. Well, the diameter is 21. So here's the part. This is the one that we're trying to figure out because we know it's going to be 31 plus 31 plus 21 plus whatever that particular side is, and that's what we got to figure out. So if the circumference is diameter times pi, and we don't want the entire circumference, we just want half of it. So we're looking at 1/2 the diameter times pi. So that is 1/2 times 21 times 3.14. That's a little messy. So 1/2 times 31 times 3.14 equals 48.67. 48.67 plus 48.67. So 30, 60, 80, 2, 3, 83 plus 48.67. So that is going to be brain 131.67 inches. Now, same thing here, sort of. That's 87, that's 87. So it's 87 plus 87. We have a semicircle over here and a semicircle over here, a semi and a semi as a whole. So now we need the circumference of this. And since circumference is diameter times pi, and they gave us the diameter, it is 59 times 3.14. So what is 59 times 3.14? 185.26. 185.26. So 185.26. 87 and 87 is 160, 174. So plus 174 is 359.26 meters, and that's going to be our final answer. So far, they're just taking one thing, the formula for circumference, and they're playing that out across several topics. Now that we're comfortable with that, let's talk about area. So area is pi r squared. You notice there's no version for d here. You have to go through the effort this time in order to find your radius. So here's the thing to point out. The diameter is twice the radius. So if this is the diameter and that's the radius, that means I want half of my diameter, which is 6. So now I know area of a circle is pi r squared. So it's going to be 3.14 times 6 squared, which is 36 times 3.14. So 36 times 3.14 is 113.04. 113.04 inches squared. And now since we're in area, we're back to units squared. Here, let's see here. Look at that. Look at that. They gave us the same radius again. How do these screen grabs do this to me? So we already know it's 113.04 feet squared. Silly computer. And now this should look familiar, circumference and area of a circle. Anybody who came from Algebra 2 at least had to see this topic. It was a throwback all the way in Goal 1, so it's okay if you forgot. So here we want to find both of them. So here they give us a radius. So circumference is 2 times radius times pi, and area is pi r squared. So 2 times 5 times 3.14. That's 10 times 3.14, so 31.4 centimeters for the circumference. Area is 5 squared times pi, so that's 25 times 3.14. I'm not that good. 25 times 3.14 is 78.5. Oh, duh, 78.5 centimeters squared. Okay, so far so good. Here they give us diameter, and I eventually need to figure out radius. First things first, circumference is diameter times pi, so it's just going to be 6 times 3.14. I'm assuming it's going to be 19 something. 6 times 3.14 is 18.84, so 18.84 meters for circumference. Area is pi r squared. So that is going to be 3 squared times pi. Pi must be blah. 9 times 3.14. That's going to be 27, maybe 28. So 9 times 3.14 is 28.26. 28.26 meters squared. Okay? And now we're going to do the same thing as an earlier topic, only now instead of finding perimeter, we're finding area. Area, again, being everything that's going to be in between. So we have base times height for our rectangle, and now we're taking out half of our circle, which is pi r squared. And again, we need the r, so if the entire length is 20, from here to here is half of that, which is going to be 10. So base times height, that's 20 times 29 minus half of, let's see here, 10 squared times pi. So 20 times 29 is 4540 minus 10 squared is 100, cut in half is 50 times 3.14. Okay, so what is 50 times 3.14? That is going to be oh, it worked out evenly. Nice. 157. So what is 54t minus 157 is 383. 383 inches squared. Here, instead of subtracting, we're going to be adding because we have the base times the height, and then we have to pi r squared, because this part of a semicircle and this part of a semicircle, semi plus semi is going to make a whole. So we have 83 times 64. What's half of 64? 32. So now we need to do, oh Lord, 32 squared times pi. I do not know that. So we're going to do this in pieces. 83 times 64. 83 times 64 is 5312. 5312 plus, what is 32 squared? 1024. Oh, duh, I should have known that. Times 3.14 is 3215.36. 3215.36. And now we're going to add the 5312, and our final answer is going to be 8527. 8527.36 meters squared. Okay, nothing that has been outright hard so far. It's all small pieces. And oh look, we're going through it again. So we're doing subtraction again. So it's going to be base times height minus, we're subtracting an entire circle here. So it's going to be pi r squared. Now this is a square, which means all of these sides are congruent. 10 squared is just 100 minus, now this is a little bit different, because what's my base here? 5. So it's going to be 5 squared times 3.14. So 25, it was 76 something, I just forget what it was, minus 76 point something. So 25 times 3.14 is 78.5. 0.5, so that's going to be 0.5, so 9 and 6 is 3, then 9 and 7, so 33.5 centimeters squared. Next up, we have base times height, and do we have a full circle? No, we just have half of a circle. Okay, so half of a circle is going to be 1/2 pi r squared. But am I missing a side? Let's figure this out. The rectangle is about placed around the semicircle. The width of the rectangle is 4. Okay, because it's a semicircle, if this is 4, that's the radius, right? That means the radius here is 4, and the radius here is 4, which means the entire side length is 8. Okay, that blinked by me. Let me redo that again so it makes a little bit more sense. Here's the thing. From here to here, that is a radius, right? That's the whole point. The radius is 4. Diameter is twice the radius. So if this is 4, then this is 4. So 4 doubled, the length is going to be 8. So 4 times 8 is minus 1/2. What was the radius again? 4 squared times pi. So that's going to be 32 minus 4 squared is 16. Half of 16 is 8 pi. So what is 8 times 3.14? 8 times 3.14 is 25.12. So 32 minus 25.12. So that's going to be 8. 1 is going to be 6.88 yards squared. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything for circles. Now we start getting into the really cool stuff, which is the 3D figures, which I think is a first-time thing for high school students. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.